Okay, here we go. Oh, I didn't put a blade in. Duh. Talking to you guys and not thinking straight. Good evening, everybody. I apologize that we're back to the old camera angle. It is 10 minutes to 8 o'clock p.m. here in Japan, and I have a lesson at 8:30. So I just took a shower, and I want to get my shave on and get this done. I got to get everything cleaned up within the next 40 minutes. Okay, so tonight's shave, this week's shave, we got the purple bumpy bowl this week, and we've got the 1968 Gillette Slim Adjustable in nickel and gold by Backroads Gold. We're stepping up. Things getting real tonight. We're using a Kai blade, okay? And we're going to have this on level 4. And we're going to go straight through on 4. We're not going to do any adjustments. We're going to see what just doing level 4 is, okay? The next time we'll step it down, we'll step it up, we'll just try different things, right? We're just trying things, okay? So we'll do a level 4, 3 passes. Okay. And I promised Doug that I would wait until I reviewed his soap to use the Van Halen brush. But I want to break this in because I tried using it the other night and it was really stiff. So I want to break it in just a little bit before I do it on Doug's video. So Doug, apologies for that. And the reason I'm not doing your soap tonight is because next week, I'm going to do your soap with one of those gym razors. Okay. All right. And tonight's soap is Sterling Soap Company's Barbershop. All right. Okay. Let's wet the face. Let's wet the face with cold water. And I probably should use a pre-shave, but I just don't have, I didn't have the time to get this stuff prepared. So it is what it is. Not going to be the end of the world if I don't use a pre-shave. Okay. God knows I've done it 1,000 times. Let's turn this around just a little more. Yeah, can we do? Yeah, there we go. There we go. How's that? Is that better? Well, we still want those pictures in there, don't we? Okay. All right. All right. So let me put a little bit of water here in the soap, and wet my brush down just a little bit. Although synthetic brush doesn't need to soak. All right. So, all right, here we go. We'll just, maybe I could face lather, but you know what? I just, recently I've been face lathering like every morning, right? And sorry guys, I just don't like it. I prefer the bowl. I really do. All right, there we go. That should be plenty. Should be more than enough. All right, put a little bit of water in the bowl. Okay, yeah, there's just a touch down in there. You can see that. Okay, and then let's go to town on this. Now, I've heard that Sterling soaps are very thirsty, so let's see what we get here. Anyway, kind of forgot where we were on the Van Halen stories. Did I tell you about playing his guitar? I think I did. I will go back over the videos and check that out. I don't want to repeat a story in case I told you. But there is one story that I'm sure I haven't told you yet. And it's one of the best. And there will be a video clip to go along with it. A video clip from that day. All right. Well, it's getting a pretty good lather. I'm going to add just a little bit more water here. Come on. All right, just, yeah, maybe a little too much. A little that, okay. All right. You know what? We'll let this water run out, and then, or we'll let it mix in, and then I'll go ahead and start lathering, and I can add water if I need to. I don't have time. I don't have time. Okay, so we're at the sound check, and they're playing around now in the Van Halen concert usually, and it's pretty standard for them. When they play "You Really Got Me," they usually in the middle of the song they usually go into something else, and then play like half of that song, and then they come back to You Really Got Me and finish it off. Okay, well, this day, we're watching sound check, and they're jamming, and we're right at the base of the stage, right, watching all this. And when they stop playing, Eddie says to Alex, he says, what song are we going to play in You Really Got Me tonight? And, Alex said some song, and I'm sorry, I don't remember what song it was. I mean, it's not really necessary to know what song it is. But he said, he named this song, and Eddie said, but that song, the rhythm doesn't match. And Alex said, it will tonight. And they didn't run through it. They didn't go over it at all. They just let it go as is. And I was waiting for a train wreck. I was thinking, you know what? This is the day. This is the day when we're going to see a mistake, because because I know it's coming, right? So concert gets going, and when they get to You Really Got Me, this is good enough. When they get to You Really Got Me, when they get to the changeover, you would have thought they played that thing a million times and had it spot down. It was perfect. You could not tell where they switched. It just went so smoothly. And that was one of those moments where you're just like, wow, this is like a whole different level. My band would have had to have practiced that. Okay, here we go. I didn't put a blade in. Duh. Talking to you guys and not thinking straight. Okay. All right. Let's see. Put the blade in. Got the Kai blade. Let's see, before we tighten it down. Okay, it's on 4 already. All right, tighten her down. All right, let's get some water on that blade. All right, here we go. But yeah, I was like, now that's a whole different level of professionalism right there. Like I said, you would have thought that they had practiced that for years, because it was just perfect. And then when they came back to You Really Got Me, couldn't tell. It was flawless. Okay, now, I don't know if this was the same day or not, but after sound check, Gary, you guys got to give me a little bit of a break. This is what, 26 years ago? Great feedback on that. Gary came off stage, and we were talking with him. My God, this is so smooth. Oh my God, this is smooth. These Kai blades are very impressive. I can feel the blade. Very much blade contact on my skin, but it is so smooth. Okay. All right. So anyway, after sound check, Gary comes off stage, and we're talking, and blah 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 blah, and he asks, "Do you have any requests for tonight?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'd like to hear Jamie's Cryin." And he goes, that's in the set for tonight. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I said, would there be any chance that you'd be able to change Jamie's Cryin to MULLY'S Cryin? And he said, you know, when I'm on stage, I'm in like a whole different universe. He says, I'm not really thinking about things outside of what's going on, other than what's going on stage, right? And he said, so, he goes, if I see you, I'll do it. And since we had backstage passes, well, we had all access passes. We could go anywhere. So he said, you know, if you're down in the front row and I see you, he goes, I'll remember to do it. And he goes, I'll do it for you. And I'm like, cool. This isn't going to thicken up any, is it? Why is it these other guys add water to sterling soap and it bubbles right up, and I do it and it just washes off my face? What is that? Well, anyway, as long as it's slick, that's all that matters, right? All right. Anyway, and I'm wasting time. I've got work to do. So anyway, he says, if I see you, I'll do it. And I'm thinking, all right, well, that was a polite no. So anyway, they get to the oh, hold on. Because this is usually a bad spot for me. Wow, that's really smooth. Let's see. Yeah, because this is basically against the grain for me on this area. I should be going up. Yeah, that blade might be a little too aggressive for that. I don't know. Anyway, the time comes and they're doing Jamie's Cryin, and he comes out. Now the song hasn't started yet, and Gary comes out and he says, I think something like, "Hey Alex, give me a beat." And Alex starts this drum beat. And I'm going to go up here instead of across. Because that's usually my really tuggy area. All right, and now I can go across here. He comes out and he says, "Okay, Alex, give me a beat." And Alex starts this. And while he's playing that beat, he says, "I didn't forget about you, Mully." No, I wasn't down front. I couldn't. I didn't get down there. But he says, "I didn't forget about you, Mully." And then they get the song going, blah, blah, blah. And later on in the song, when they're playing the chorus, they go, "Oh, Jamie's crying." And Gary says, "I can't see you." And then he does something like, they do Jamie's crying one more time. And then he says, "One more time." And they go, "Oh, Jamie's crying." And Gary sings, "Mully's crying." Now, this story is a bunch of horse crap if I didn't have video to back it up. But I've got the video to back it up. I wouldn't tell that story if I didn't have the video to back it up. Okay, what are we doing here? You know what? I'm not going to go against the grain on the neck. I'm just going to go up again and go up my cheeks, which is against the grain, and save myself the pain. So, and I'm purposely doing this at a very extreme angle. Just trying to get the front of the blade, as Geo Fat Boy explained. And I can feel it and I can hear it. I can hear it cutting, so it is cutting at this angle. And this is so smooth. Oh my God. Going against my so anyway, guys, as I finish this off, please enjoy MULLY'S Cryin.
That's the last one, Alex. Give me these. We didn't forget about you, Mully.
Okay, guys, we were up here in the Mully Man Cave. Now we're about, let's see, it's 10:30 now. Before when I cut you guys off, it was what, 8:15. So it's been about 2.5 hours. Yeah, I came up here. I had a couple lessons I needed to do. Then I talked to my mom, stuff like that. So anyway, good shave, very very nice shave. Hardly any irritation. Yeah, it looks good. Looks really good. Feels good, very nice and smooth. So that was the 1968 Gillette Slim Adjustable with a Kai blade. A Kai blade, which is supposedly sharper than the feather. So I'm going to try a feather next time, because the first shave I had in one of those with a feather didn't go down very well. So I'll try that again, because, you know, my technique with that razor has improved a little bit. Not perfect. I'm not saying it is, but it's improved a little bit. So we'll try it with a feather next time and see how it goes. But I was very impressed with the Kai. Yeah. Next thing I want to do is going across the grain here. I do get some tugging. I'm wondering if I was to come down at an angle or maybe go up at an angle. So, you know, things to explore. Anyway, had a really, really good shave. Went into the living room after I finished with you guys oh, did you just watch the Van Halen video? See, I haven't even edited it in yet, so I don't even know what this is looking like yet, but I'm assuming, how'd you like the Van Halen video? Anyway, you just finished watching the Van Halen video. Now we're here. And I went into the living room after I finished my shave. I used witch hazel. Then I used Parasso White, which is oatmeal and green tea for sensitive skin. And, you know, I'm not going anywhere. And I told Tomoko, I said, you know, nobody's going to smell me through the camera because I'm coming up here to teach. I said, but I gave myself a couple little spritzes of Parasso Red aftershave. So, smelling really nice. Anyway, guys, very good shave tonight. I'm very, very happy with it. And yeah, I guess that's it for this week. I look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday. We gotta come up with a name for the Wednesday shave, since one past Wednesday is over with. We'll come up with something. Anyway, I guess we'll see you guys on Wednesday night. You guys have a great week, whatever, end of the weekend, finish off your weekend, whatever it is. I guess we'll call that a shave. All right. Okay, you guys, y'all stay smooth.